As Navi get ready for this hit towards mid. It puts a lot of pressure to the lone Grond member of NMV. Alone in a 1 versus however many peek him. Simple deletes him on the entry. NMV falls, and just like that, Navi have secured a site. Moving forward, what's the response from Bubich? Well, as he dives through this smoke, gets ready for the initial member. There's Sasuko to finish the job. And for Navi, it's an equal man count, but considering they've got the bomb site down on B, one of the hardest sites to retake in the game, it's a back and forth down to a 2-on-2 for Bit and Perfecto. This is where they have to decide if they want to up the tempo or if we're going to see them hold firm. Perfecto, there's the jump forward. He spots out both members. He can't kill them though. Switches to the knife. Knifed down by FPS. Leaving it all down to Bit in a 1 versus 2. He's still got a little bomb planted for him, but because of that, FPS finishes the job. And Grond, they make it 1. Perfecto, ready to lead the cross over towards Car. As they do so, FPS tapping down. Simple takes his head clean off. That's an opening that Navi going to capitalize off. Simple doubles down. Can't quite triple down as he stick down in the process. Toric abusing that as he continues to move forward. And into a 4-on-3, Navi, once again, they get a bomb plant, but Grond commit to the retake. The low HP on Simple. Electronic has to take the brunt of the force as Toric falls. For Fader and NMV, saving isn't out of the question here.
Well, it certainly should be. So much damage dealt here, though, to Navi. They need to be careful as they actually exit the site. Of course, you've got 3 and long. They're not going to be affected at all by the bomb, but Bumich, he could have been taken down from it. Instead, he takes the gunfights and dies to the bullets instead.
It may just embolden them to push forward. As the CT smoke goes down, this should affirm to FPS this will be hit from short. Sasuko shows his position, good for 1, leg down onto Simple, allows a follow-up from FPS there. Can he chime in again? He attempts to do so, tanked down in the process, but it's all that bit more pressure onto Sasuko, who eats a nade from that position. Instead, as he gets ready for the hit, he hears Bits go for that plant. He can't cancel it out. Bits doesn't stand up afterwards either. He deploys that smoke to allow his teammates to get away, and as Sasuko pushes forward, Bit spotted out. While it's messy, it's damage. In a 5-on-3, Grond have all the tools here to push forward. Electronic on the other side of this smoke does take a bit of damage, as Toric's good for 1. FPS chimes out to Perfecto, leaving it all on to Electronic. As Fader on just 1 HP finishes the job. So Navi have enough for an execution. Grond's defensive util ready. And MV to hold on to B. Through mid, Bit takes a lot of damage through that smoke there as FPS finishes the job. Sasuko boosted up as well, makes their lives even easier. ZMV gets ready for the attack from above. Fade's good for 1. Electronic and Simple both chime in though, meaning NMV needs to go huge here pretty damn quickly. Simple to fall, and he's taken out as well. It leaves us in a 1v2, but Electronic in mid strikes.
As all the smokes go up, they are going to try and push on to this A site. On the other side of this smoke, our angry CTs ready to defend. And we're actually going to see an interesting boost here. This might work out as Bumich. Oh, he actually turns, he takes it. Toric's able to trade, so still the man advantage here for Grond. One of the M4's retrieved. The issue is it doesn't have any Kevlar behind it. As FPS picks up an AK, though, Fader finds 1, and now a 4 versus 2, and Grond, they're making this happen. FPS from behind taking another, and a 1v4 here for Perfecto to try and pull off.
This is exactly what happens when you give the AKs to the ecoing members. They snowball. It turns into a full buy as the round develops. With 7 seconds left, Perfecto has got to go for a plant. 5 seconds left. He's out of time. Now he desperately needs to survive just so he can keep his economy level with the rest of his team. Luckily, he can. Gronds don't really push him. They too have had some economic woes, and because of that, and NMV get ready to hold. It worked last time. Can it work again now? Flashes out either way. Bumich lead this charge. Bumich. Does he spot out the first player? No, he doesn't. Fadet good for the first. NMV for the second. Doubles down. Tries to triple down here, leaving Simple in a 1v4. He falls as well. And for Grond, that's a beautiful. NMV, who's already proven himself on the B defense, is going to capitalize off this. As there's the flashes, here's the hit. NMV ready for the push. Good for 1, tries to hide. Bumich trades. Fadet gets the next say in the matter. But can NMV follow through? No, he can't. The trades, the back and forth leaves us in a 3-on-3, which does give Navi that opening. Braced on the angle. Almost taking that deep breath before the plunge. There's the first smoke going through. Bits forced forward because of it. Molly goes down as well. There's that flash. Here's that push. Fader good for the first. Trade by Bit. Simple chimes in as well. Fader in the 1v1. Bit tries to swing into him. Bit, little does he know as he hides towards window. Fader pushes forward. Fader finds him. Is there enough time? Oh, no, there isn't. Navi, off the back of a couple of pistols, have ecoed Grond. He's able to hold from ramp, though. As the smokes go down, he actually favours the position on long. Looking to play retake on A now. As Navi push forward, we see a player drop to CT. FPS double scope leaves him in trouble, but Historic trades onto Boomich. He falls into a 5-on-3 as Navi slowly lose that momentum. Suzuka onto Simple means that they risk even getting a bomb plant here. Perfecto, while he does trade, all Grond have right now is to retake the site. But alright, good for one. Bit to trade. Bits in a 1v2 now. Trying to catch out the player on long. Realizes that the likelihood of the player being there is extremely high. And as he desperately tries to find the next man, his crosshair dancing all around these angles. Beautiful shot onto FPS there. Into the 1v1. Can he catch out NMV? Goes for the high ground. Catches out Bits. And for Grond, that'll be 6. I'm going to paint a hypothetical, Josh. Let's say Grond win this map. What does that mean for Mirage? Navi, they're trying to stop the ball. Through the smoke, 2 quick kills by NMV there. Both of them doming the members who try to aggress. Simple, sure, he trades onto Fader. That means nothing right now. As NMV, he still survives. Eventually, he's taken down, and now we see a bit of momentum from Navi. 2 follow-up kills, puts it into a 3-on-2. And for Grond, as the flashes go out, we see the swing from Suzuko. Bits just deletes him with that. It's all onto Torek, and what looked like a Grond-oriented round has just collapsed.
But as Bit comes close, takes the rifle, it's clear that Doric just isn't trying to tease anything right now. He does peek, find Boomich, that's it. They'll allow Navi to win the round. It'll go 7-5. That is a round that Navi had little to no equity in, and Grond certainly shouldn't have been losing.
Does that bait them into Torek? We'll have to see. As he hears the bomb dropped, he knows Perfecto's coming. There's the flash. There's the first kill. Can he double down? Yes, he can. Boomich to full. Simple pushing forward, eventually able to trade. But FPS's scout chimes in, putting it into a 3-on-2. Here's the problem for Grond, though. Those kills were top mid. They can't retrieve them. For the remaining 3 members, they need to further that aggression by pushing into tunnels. FPS, he's going to lead that charge. It'll be heard by Bits, who catches out the first man. NMV to full. They know where Fader is as well. And already on low HP, means that Navi absolutely can recover this. With electronic flanking towards Fader, this leaves him in a very uncomfortable position.
Ooh, big kill there from Electronic, though. Fader doesn't seem to be aware of it. Now it all falls onto FPS with the scout in hand. He's deadly with it, but he doesn't connect that crucial shot. Now the smoke in place. The nade, it's good. It lands right at his feet, but doesn't do as much damage to Bit as you'd expect. And with Electronic's help, he's able to follow up. 6 rounds on the board here for Navi.
Can't quite do so. Instead, Navi go for a very fast hit towards mid now. Suzuki, he'll hear this, though. He pushes forward on shot. All it takes is a well-timed flash to go aggressive here. Instead, Torek's good for 1. Bit to trade. Torek to double down. Torek makes it 3, though. Switching to his teammate's M4 gives him a chance to keep fighting. Is there a follow-through? As Electronic jumps up. Torek on for the ace now. It falls down to Perfecto in a 1 versus 4. Out from B. He's good for 1, but on 16 HP. This definitely isn't an easy situation for him. Make that 1v2. And this is actually very doable for him. All it takes is 2 well-timed shots. So, well, if his flashes can match that, then the second one goes out. He peeks forward. I think he just spotted a glimpse of Torek there. Won't matter, though. They get the kill. Grond make it 8-7. And with a victory in the first half, the question on everyone's mind now is, what can they do on their T side?
Yeah, maybe.
I apologise for that. For the pistol round, Grond, they owns this with only util on NMV. This armor on everyone else. Electronic on long, spots out the first man, doubles down, tries to make it 3. Can he do so? While it's messy, he does. Tries to reload, but Sasuke finishes the job. With that, in a 3-on-2. What's the follow-up now? With Perfecto, getting 2 flashes on his hand. Over towards Simple, dink down to 3 HP at range. With armor on, both Bit and Simple. This means that Angels definitely aren't out the question. NMV alone in a 1v3 with no armor. This definitely isn't a comfortable position for them. Shifting forward. Blair and CT should be able to catch him out, though. And with a quick dispatchment, it makes a bit of noise. Caught out in the cross. Navi, they equalise at 8-8. Boomich is the man who's called to action. 3 members of Grond push up from long, and these Deagles, my head angle against them is brave, but and Boomich capitalised with it. Flash goes out, swings wide. There's NMV good for the first as he falls. Boomich, can he double down? Attempts to do so, does just that. Fader trades onto 1. Fader doubles down, though, leaving him in a 1 versus 2. Deagle in hand. And swapping to the scout now. But instead, Navi, they're being so passive. They realise they don't even want to fight him here. As Fader swings, scout in hand, spots out the first man. Nice early kill, can't quite convert, but we've got Fader aggressing up from CT. He knows full well that the long control means that they've left an opening somewhere. Bits now, alone in a 1 versus 4 for the site. Spots out Fader, good for 1, turns around, doubles down onto Toric, tries to follow through with Sasuke following up. And Sasuke does just that. We're left in a 2 on 4. Sasuke reloading, he's got Xbox. FPS to support him. They're acutely aware that Navi are going to turn their attention towards tunnels, and will this aggression catch out Simple? He'll hope to find him. Instead, Boomich, good for 1. It's all onto FPS. Simple follows through. A quick cleanup from Navi.
And with a minute 35 on this clock, Boomich actually able to creep his way all the way through. NMV's not ready for him at all, and that's going to be a 2-man advantage here for Navi.
What I really like there is Boomich. He wanted to play the trigger discipline. He didn't shoot instantly. However, it was once we saw an MV turn, did they actually follow through with that? What almost looked really damn strong. See some flashes go down. Some smokes go out towards mid as Grond prepare themselves for a hit towards B. But instead, we see Fader, good for the first. Can he double down? The nade, while it's good. Perfecto's better. Good for 1, 2. Can't quite make it 3 as FPS trades, but FPS left in an almost impossible situation. In a 1v4, he's good for 2. But with Simple holding the cross, he needs some form of utility to at least allow him to cross, as Simple not a man he can take that chance with. Instead, he deploys that molly, spots out Boomich on the other side, but Simple through the door finishes the job. Don't want to give an inch because they know Grond will take a mile. And as Simple's tagged down fairly low, there's aggression up from long. Fader, caught out by Boomich. There's the first. He doubles down. Can't quite triple down with a spray transfer. But as FPS trades, Simple holding the angle makes their life that bit tougher. Another great kill from him, leaving it into a 4-on-2. Toric, or Sasuke, apologise, in just 1 HP. Is that for MV? He joins his teammate towards the mid. It's a quick kill from Bits and a quick clean-up from Navi as they look to make their lead just that bit bigger.
Well, for NMV, the last man in this one, he's only got the Desert Eagle and they're on a buy in the next, so I think he's actually going to try and do some damage here. No point in saving. In fact, he really doesn't want to save. He actually wants to die in this situation. And for Simple, he'll be able to take him out. And with a minute 45 into this one, we already see a lot of aggression from Grond. They're right up short.
This is a really fast hit from Fader here. He dives into CT and he catches out Perfecto. That's exactly what Grond looked to do to give him that flair. But in mid, Bits good for 2, responds in kind. He responds to aggression with aggression. Electronic flash through the smoke shows to Grond that Navi too can play the fast game. And as it leaves just Sasuke and Toric alone in a 2-on-4, the plant goes down, the flank is coming towards them. And as they desperately cling to these weapons, what on earth can they do next?
Oh, nades rain in. Simple. He's able to take down Toric. It leaves it all into a 1-on-4, and there's surely no chance here. Nope, Boomich comes in.
Molly, as he tries to catch out anyone running towards him, little does he know, he's just survived by the skin of his teeth. Instead, Perfecto, he's going to have another attempt at holding this beast sight. Flashes go down either way. He's good for the first. Fader to pull. Trade, not quite there, as Toric and NMB both chime in. Sasuke shutting down Perfecto, leaving Electronic and Simple in this 2-on-4. For Electronic, boosted up in CT. He can catch out Toric, that makes things a bit easier, as Simple's already caught out one of the initial members.
Navi, they've still got money behind them, so we will see another full investment going into this next round. But, you know, at the start, you said, oh, I don't even expect Grond to be taking double digits in some of these maps.
Yeah.
I'm really not expecting them to pull out too much here. And from what we've seen so far, this has been incredible. This has been really, really strong from them, given the fact that this is statistically one of their worst maps as well. It's going to be deadly. But with that smoke grenade going down, they can't wait any longer. They can't wait for it to fade. Instead, they're going to have to push right through, and that's when they funnel right into Simple. 2 kills for him. FPS able to trade it, but Electronic just playing his life right now. He knows that there's such limited time on the clock. The molly's not even going to force him out of position, and he's just going to hold true. Spots out the head, spams away. Will be able to deny the plant. No, perhaps not. Fader, he's actually going to be able to tap in those digits. The jump spot doesn't come through, but they find the kills regardless. Navi, they'll make it 15.
It looks like he'll be called into action once again. Luckily this time, he does have Bits there to assist him. But as that set piece goes out, here's that push, here's that assault. Bit makes a bit of noise, but it doesn't matter. Perfecto good for 1, Fader to trade. Bits chimes in now. And with players all around, the player in mid of Toric good for 1. Electronic to trade leaves us in this 3-on-2. Bit good for 2 more. A beautiful spray down as Navi pull forward. And they give us a Navi, bit of armor as well, except it's Perfecto with a kit and 2 flashes. Bit good for 1, doubles down on the initial contact. Can Fade at trade so far? No, he can't.
Looks like he wants to jump into window here. Take the duel up close with Perfecto. Simple. Oh my goodness, we're going to see a knife kill. He's doing it while Toric's looking at him as well, but he was reloading. There wasn't anything to stop it. And for Simple, that's going to be a lot of money going into this next. And a cheeky Simple play that we know and love. What's interesting about that statistic is it's across a fair few maps as well. I think there's about 8 maps in there that data goes across. So it's fairly consistent. Either way, Rifles tearing right through those pistols. They're Simple. We didn't get to see it, but a beautiful spray down for 3. And now FPS left in a 1-on-4. Comes out of Palace. He will be spotted. He's good for 1, though. Holding onto the angle where Simple was last seen. Does further damage onto Boomich there. Unfortunate for him, that wasn't a headshot. Can he do any more here, though? He's definitely not looking to win the round at this point. It's just about trying to find another kill. And unfortunately, whilst he does damage to 2,
it's nothing too substantial, and as Simple goes for the short jump, misses it though. Does he recover it with a kill? Yes, he does. NMV to full, turns his attention to underpass. Luckily for him, Grond sights to set towards A. While it's messy, Boomich is good for the first. Spray from behind him as Fadet swings out, good for 1. Spray transfer can't quite happen, but as FPS times in, it leaves us in a 3-on-2, a very winnable situation for either side. As Torek deletes Electronic there, in a 2-on-2, he's going from winnable to doable. As Simple just crouches and lays in wait like a coiled viper, ready to strike. It's Torek. He's the first man and only man to recover here. Simple good for the first. Torek, can he trade? Yes, he can. 1v1 with Perfecto. Molly goes out towards jungle. He looks to take the fight on short, spots him out. Nice little kill there, and for Torek, that'll bring Grond their first round off the merits of a 1v2. Just found out around the map, they haven't really committed anywhere just yet. Torek's the man who has to capitalise, and Electronic spotted out. That's a nice kill there by Electronic. For Grond, as they now stack up towards B, can Simple hold? Deagle in hand. And with 35 seconds left, Grond, they do need to get a wiggle on it. They slowly tease their way forward. Simple spots out the first. Nice little 1D to open things out. Can he double down? Yes, he can. Can he make it 3 FPS? He's there to trade with a beautiful shot. Perfecto back sight. Hides towards Van. Even jumps up to go for some aggression here. For FPS, saving really ain't out the question here. But Electronic, his aggression, it's merited with a kill. Sasko needs to be very careful as these members peek into him. And Suzuki spots him out. He drops down. Electronic folds away. Torek, centre sight though, good for 1. Picks up the Galil. Trades, doubles down. He doesn't even need to make it 3 with NMV chiming in. And all of a sudden, these Deagles may have done just what's required to shut down Navi. Simple rings that shot and realizes how dire the situation is.
And that's something that Navi are not going to be happy with. I have no idea how they've been letting rounds like this slip. No one going to press any further. Boomich on top of Ticket, hoping to find the entry, but the smoke's going to force him off. He'll fire off a couple of shots, but he won't connect for the kill.
Bits, he opens up with 1. Fadet trade, and as Grond lead this charge now, Fadet spearheading the assault, as even dives into CT off the back of this now. That's brave. Simple, waiting for the jump to Ticket boost. Little does he know, the player's close towards these missiles. He'll be ready on the close angle. Simple, how fast can he flick? This is pretty bloody fast with that first kill. Torek caught out by Electronic, leaving NMV and FPS alone in a 2 versus 4. NMV praying he isn't caught out on ramp. Instead, FPS is good for 1. The Molly finishes the job on Simple. NMV shows his presence, finished off quickly. And for Navi, that'll be a 5-2 lead now as they start putting some distance between them and Grond. Really clean defuse and really clean retake there by Navi. It's for him to peek short rather than for him to turn around. Bit still hasn't done so. And as FPS holds for him, Fade up. There's the opening. There's the site secured. And while the MP9 with Perfecto is good for Sasko, is it enough? They're 2-on-3. They get ready for the retake. They prime themselves for it. The only upgraded weapon here is going to be Torek with that AK. With low HP, Boomich finishes the job. But for Boomich, in a 1 versus 3, well, not quite 1 versus 3, 2 versus 2 now, having found that initial kill. He'll be ready to peek into FPS. A flash will allow his teammate to get out from the kitchen. Let's fade out for the first. FPS alone. Boomich finishes the job, and I didn't know if I should comment on it last map, Josh, but Boomich's profile picture, it's incredible. The Bits just hiding towards the ladder room. doesn't really want to take a fight and risk giving up the man advantage, but as Boomich sees the aggression on ramp, can he stop it? Can he halt it? Well, the flash is good. The spray's better. Fade falls, and in a 5-on-3, this is where things get scary for Grond, as no matter where they attack, no matter where they engage, they seem to come out worse.
Well, with less than a minute on this clock, it doesn't look like NMV and FPS are going to be able to do too much here. FPS going to be caught out by the push of Electronic. He's not holding on the angle at all. Instead, he's crossed out a little too high. I don't think they're expecting NMV to be coming in from top mid, so definitely a chance to have the drop on Electronic if he doesn't fall back to short, but he does. Gets himself into ladder room. He won't be seen. Completely untradeable for now. And NMV, whilst he aggresses, he might be able to get the timing. Crosshair in the wrong position. Electronic peaks. NMV, nice reset. Turns his crosshair, hits the headshot, but he's still got 4 to find. And as he walks up connector, Simple's there to execute him.
All they have to do now is push forward and take the duel. Simple, expecting a boost into window. Has his teammate elsewhere get the first kill. Electronic chimes in with a kill onto Fadet. He'll turn away from Sandwich, deploying that odd nade towards connector. Well, it doesn't do too much damage. Instead, Simple is the one to worry about. Peeking towards Con. Torek. Can he hold? So far, he definitely has to, with both Bit and Electronic chiming in. Simple, good for one. Boomish to trade, covering his teammate from Con. NMV's the only man who can begin to save and even find a kill, but it doesn't matter. It's Electronic. He's just an immovable behemoth.
I reckon at this point they'd be able to take it anyway, but Simple, it's an interesting way of playing it, and that is a beautiful opening shot. That's such a cool play. To jump through window, get into Con, throw the smoke. It means that Grond aren't anticipating a peek from Con, and then he peeks in front of it. Really, really awesome.
He's literally doing what would be a two-man job, usually. He's just got that much presence. Zasky, yeah, he gets the stairs. Yeah, he gets one, but Electronic, he's so quick in trade that Gronds just don't even get a chance to react to the initial positioning he's received. And with Fred MV and FPS, they've got mid control loosely, but they have nowhere to push from it. Boom, it shuts down FPS, and as MV hears his teammate's head hit the floor behind him, he realizes he's very alone. Bits approaches him, shuts him down, and
what they're playing off of right now is just that max loss bonus. They're not getting the kills, they're not getting the bomb plants. That means it's $3,400. What that means is that they can go for AKs, they can go for the armor, but if they want utility, they have to drop down to the Galils. And as we see Simple pull out an auto sniper, he's able to just spray away for 2. You used the term earlier that Navi were having fun with this one. They absolutely are. They're blitzing through. They just don't care. Boomich has actually spotted that final man in ramp, and he's called for the flash. He's going for the peak, but Simple finds it with the auto anyway.
I can't really see Gronds doing it in the same fashion Navi will, so we are seeing very, very polarized sides right now, and to think that both of them are fighting for the same RMR points really shows that Grond have a way to go. Was Electronic shuts down NMV instantly, over towards B, Perfecto, 2 quick kills. He's going to try and convert onto Torek. He does just that. It's all on FPS, and it feels almost unfair at this point as Electronic finishes the job. You'd think if, you know, Simple shows up, it's standard. Yeah, you may recover to Simple. All right, Electronic showed up as well.
And it looks like they're going to go for a fast play towards B. This is going to be relentless. In fact, they play for the contact. They shift as soon as they get to that line. They won't be heard for now. And MV ready to take the first one. A contact, that's such a fast dink.
Instantly dinged down, however. NMV, he's able to draw first blood. Boomich, he'll fall. Sasko, good for 2 of his own now. He even shuts down Electronic. It's all on to Perfecto when Zasky, he shows us why he is one of the heavy hitters of Grond, and he just delivers. 4 quick kills there as Grond make it 3. Hasn't done so yet, though, and the smoke means that he's just going to make sure there hasn't been a boost. With Bit trying to spot out Zasky. E2 hasn't traded just yet, so the main point of contact will actually be Electronic onto Torek, and he's dinked down in the process. Fadet and Perfecto both exchange blows towards mid. The MP9 over towards short, tries to catch out a member, while Sasky's good for 1. Simple trades into the 2-on-2 now, and with low HP on Torek, this is very doable for Navi. They have moved forward together. Perfecto, he'll be the initial point of contact. He's just got a delay for Simple, as Simple's backstab should finish the job, but as Perfecto swings, NMV spotted out, NMV to fall, all on Torek. Simple should be able to finish the job. He doesn't even have to. I think he had his knife out there looking for another knife kill. It's Perfecto to just one-man army it, though.
that you start off with if you lose the pistol. So if you win the pistol and then lose the follow-up, I kind of overcomplicated that a little bit, but if you win the pistol and lose the follow-up, you kind of end up with less money. That's an incredible opening shot there from FPS. But as Simple follows up onto Torek elsewhere, there's still a major firepower advantage here for Navi. And if Grond lose this round, then obviously they're going to be fighting for their lives in the next. So they'll have to go for another shaky force buy there. An unbelievable follow-up headshot from Simple as he is just tearing through right now. No one else is even out on the A site with him. He's just single-handedly trying to open up this door.
FPS raining out shots from CT, desperately trying to keep them at bay, and for Navi, as that plant goes down, it gives them an opening. Grond desperately trying to consider if they should retake this or not, and with only deals and with the odd scouts saving, the fact they're desperately trying to save this definitely shows that they're in a lot of trouble. And well, as their teammate falls, Fader, he's got to lead this charge, and well, SPS spots out the first man. Electronic Fools, that's an opening to be pretty happy with. Simple, not able to respond either now. Suddenly things look a bit scary. That bomb taps once, Bits trades. Perfecto gets the next say on the matter. And for a moment, while things looked very, very scary for Navi, he tries to go a bit aggressive towards Palace, changes his mind, and instead sits under Balk. He awaits for the push from Bit. The molly lands right on him, though. Simple good for the first Torek. He's got to swing out from this. He too falls. It's turning into an absolute collapse towards this site. And with NMV and FPS, the last members left standing. Simple. That's why flashed into CT, but it may not matter at this point. He dives forward. He finishes the job. It's a ruthless and just categoric slaughter as we see Navi take down